The story of the alleged kidnap of YFM presenter Ada is getting more weird by the day. Joy News can confirm that the manager of a hotel in Abossey-Okai, where the whole drama was allegedly staged, has been picked up by the police. A nearby internet cafe where she's alleged to have uploaded her own nude photos onto her Facebook account has been closed by the police. Two other people, including the father of one of the boys captured in the photos which went viral, have also confirmed that the victim, Ada, actually frequently visits the area and that it cannot be true that she was kidnapped. So, is this a case of intentionally staging a sexual attack or kidnap? If confirmed, what does this tell us about the state of mind of those involved, the lady and the boys? Who will allow such an act to be perpetrated against them, and to what end? How serious should we take this? This is today's big story, and my name is Stephen Enti. Right, so here is what we have. The manager of a hotel in Abossey-Okai in Accra, where this alleged gang rape and kidnap was all staged, is in the grip of the police. Ada, whose full name is Akosua Apia and also known as Adesi Oda Onyinyechi, is said to have come to the hotel in the company of the boys to rent a room for a movie. Initially, the manager refused, and later, through an assistant, they managed to secure a room. She was born in Ewisa in the eastern region, we are told. Two, it has also come to light that an internet cafe nearby is where Ada herself went to upload the nude photos of the staged gang rape onto her Facebook account. That cafe has also been closed down by the police. Let's hear an interview we had with the father of one of the boys, William Idrisu Nelson, who was captured in the photos that went viral.
The truth is that the lady has been coming to this house, and she even mingled with the boys in the neighborhood. I've been seeing her with my son Idrisu, but I don't really know what business they have together.
She Papa Minister.
So I inquired from my son where he knew the lady from, and all he could tell me that she is from Takrade and her father is a minister. I told my son to be very careful because you can't trust people nowadays. Even during the Easter festivities, the lady was around, and just this Monday, the lady came from Takrade to spend some time with my son.
Police station.
Right now, I'm saddened by the turn of events. Just yesterday, I was outside when the children told me that the police had come to arrest Idrisu. At the moment, I am distraught and don't know what to do.
Right now, Yao Chewa is a friend to Haruna, one of the boys captured in the viral photos. He expressed shock to hear the news that this was a kidnap. He gave reasons why he doesn't think it is so.
Boy, William Achomini, this is more when Cameo area. She get me in Alabia to 2 times. Get a genuine, she not Alabia to the Nika may show a BS. Upside that in Linogo, she not get a show,
The boy is my friend, but I've seen the lady just about 2 times. I've seen her with other boys in the neighborhood. Aside that, I don't have any information about her.
Okay, day before day is a nearby. Day is an already when I'll get be no more boys so ni no aka kidnap na ka ele ni ni ke na kwase asan because girl na le ni area am ke boys say come e wo mi enle no jan ka kidnap because mo e ka me yo be da ne anytime ka me be ka me ya nu down I'm have fun.
When I saw the pictures and heard that the lady said she was kidnapped, I knew it was false. How can someone who is always in the neighborhood with the same boys say she has been kidnapped by the same boys she mingles with? I am surprised.
3 days today, Beckham. That was Monday, Beckham. I'm a road and I'm a he shout to me and what's happening. Nature, I can hear normal. Navy put in chance what they say, my people chong girl like Kuchaneke Joy, Nike Bashemba. So
the last time I saw her with the boys was on Monday, and even when I went to the boys' mother's house, she showed me the sponge the lady uses to bath.
Ni mo kidnap Bonika we Balarenche area, so at least man be a fair Jomon, not Bononi are not we.
I think Ghanaians should really verify if what she claims truly happened.
Cafe boy, Jimmy, Navy boy, Yagashi, Nakanefia, who may be a mammy, or man be a den chakwe, Naman no.
Right, interesting. I must say that the Greater Accra Regional Police Command, which effected the arrest of this hotel manager, has declined to comment on the matter now, as it is due to hold a press conference Thursday to brief Ghanaians on findings so far. I have in the studio our man Eric Curtis Howard, who has been following that beat, and then we'll be talking to him a lot more about it. Also, we have on the telephone line clinical psychologist Norte Dua, who is the host of Joy FM's Ultimate Health. He's also going to join us. We also have on the other telephone line Kweku Owusu-Pepra, our Western Regional correspondent, to bring us an update from the Western region. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us on today's big story. So let me start with you, Curtis. What did you pick up today? I mean, you've given us the scenario already that this hotel where the girl is alleged to have gone to look for a room. Initially, she was denied. Eventually, she secured the room. The manager of that hotel has been arrested. And also, we spoke to some people who cast doubt over whether indeed this is a kidnap, because the lady was last seen there on Monday. What else do you have?
Okay, when we went there, basically the boys who and their friends who were part of this alleged rape scandal, their friends were not happy about the whole situation at all. And they felt that it is time that they speak up, and because it looks like the girl is well known in the vicinity, in the whole of Abossey Okai. Because according to the boys, it's like they tease one of their colleagues, the alleged boyfriend of the girl, that whenever she's working together, they kind of teasing, hey, can you handle this? Can you match up to this girl and that kind of thing? So the girl is well known, almost everybody. So they said they were so surprised to hear that. Here's the case. You come and tell us that, okay, let's go and stage a movie, sort of. Then later on, we realize that our friends have been arrested because of one person's whatever. They felt that no, it's time to speak up. So that's one thing I picked up, and the guys were really embittered. They felt that they wouldn't sit down and watch their colleagues and their friends who know nothing about this whole situation to be arrested for true no fault of this. So
I mean, the evidence they have actually is that the lady was last seen there on Monday, and that she's there very frequently.
They say every weekend, every week. They say she even bats there.
I know one of the guys even was willing to show you the sponge the lady used the last time. So the indication is that this is something. These are boys she hangs around with. Let me read one of Yao Chewa. He has a very funny name. He says that the last time I saw her with the boys was on Monday, and even when I went to the boys' mother's house, she showed me the sponge the lady has been using to bath. And he also says that I knew it was false, and that how can someone who is always in the neighborhood with the same boys say she has been kidnapped by the same boys he mingles with? That's surprising.
Yeah, that's really surprising.
You also picked up that the internet cafe has been shut down. What about that?
When we went to the cafe, I inquired from, it's a story building, so I went to the story building, and I inquired from one or two of the people there, and what they told me was that the cafe was working in the morning, all right, but But during the day, the police came around and they invited the cafe manager to come to the Central Police Station to write a statement. So that is...
They're not sure. He possibly might have been arrested, as the police is not giving us...
We can never tell.
Detail.
So that's why the place was under lock and key. So as you saw from the visuals, the place was locked, and we just had to just take the visuals and just hang around and see.
And we wait. The police. What is the police telling you?
Okay, the police have not spoken yet.
Okay.
The latest information I picked up was that they're going to have a press conference. So when you ask them any question, they'll say that wait, tomorrow during our press conference, we'll divulge all information.
Right, Curtis. We want to get onto the telephone line and see if we have Norte Dua, who is a clinical psychologist. He's joining us now. Mr. Norte Dua, thanks for your time.
Hello, Steve. Good evening.
Yes. Now, the evidence we've picked up clearly suggests that this might have been staged. The police has told us they will be holding a press briefing tomorrow to make public all their findings. But how can anyone intentionally fake such an abduction?
Well, that's the bizarre nature of some of these acts, and it's something we have to piece together. Yesterday, I responded to interview questions and suggested that the fragmented nature of it raised several questions, and we have to allow the system and the investigative process to proceed.
That's right.
So that we can arrive at a proper conclusion. In the light of the present development, then one needs to look at whether there's something more which was expected to be yielded as a dividend. If these people did this intentionally, then we need to look at what was the benefit they expected to yield as a result. In the absence of any such motive, then we will now start looking at the mental state of the crime actor in this, and then start to unravel whether indeed she's okay mentally or not.
That's right.
Right. Now, Steve, the important thing to look at is if, these persons have committed this act and are quite aware that it is not authentic and it's a hoax, then there's criminal conduct in this and there's deceit. And this should be dealt with on the criminal platform. So that's my take on it.
That's right. Now, so which means that what you're telling us is that if it is proving, I mean, the look of it is that what we have is evidence that suggests that this might have been staged. But if the police concludes its investigation and eventually confirms that actually this was staged, then it means there is a criminal motive in this, deceiving a public officer or telling lies about something that did not happen. You think that the police should be firm to crack down on this?
Right. I mean, you can commit a crime, and then somebody might say, well, we have questions to raise in defense, and these questions are with regard to the person's state of mind at the time of the commission of the crime. And this must, be put to test of veracity. And there are clinical tests we can do to see. For example, I'm told that she was not coherent, etc., when she presented at the hospital. And again, yesterday I raised caution as to the delay in forensic samples, because I'm now hearing also that the test on her proved inconclusive. We need to, get the set of data and put this before the persons who committed these acts. And if there's any question about mental propriety or mental sanity, those can be clinically adduced, and there's no challenge in that at all.
But Note, is it too early to ask what the state of mind of those involved in this could be?
Right. See, the reason I'm reticent to pass any such general statement is that until we know the motive, I know certain things that boys do, the youth get engaged in the name of occultism or in the name of pakawa.
That's right.
Seeking certain benefits. Insofar as there's a cause-outcome relationship between what they did and what they sought to derive from it, we'll have to then hold the question of mental sanity until we do that. Let me give you an example, Steve. If you were in a field early hours of the morning chanting and speaking in tongues, as soon as I'm told that, well, this is a form of worship and there's nothing wrong with you, it puts it in a different light, right?
Yes.
So we need to look at it. Why would she go to this grotesque extent? And what was the expected dividend or benefit. If there's nothing like that, then we start to look at, well, what is wrong with this person? Let me also link this with what happened in the case of, I think, a student of the University of Cape Coast, where we had a lot of exposures and videos and so on. We need to be starting to unravel some of these things and give conclusive answers. If a person is mentally ill, there are remedies and treatments or interventions available. But let's not also shut our eyes or our minds to the possibility of criminal conduct where the persons involved expected to derive some benefit.
So expected to derive. So what you are in effect saying is that the police should take a close look at the possible benefit this could bring. It could be that this was staged to be used as a blackmail. If she's, for example, married to somebody who is richer, then she could be getting money. So the police could be looking or should be looking at whether there being some inflows of cash coming in one way or the other, right?
There's so much to be covered by way of a thorough investigation. And you're quite right. Somebody could do this. Maybe the plan fell apart at some point, right? But this could have been used to do so many things, right? So we need to take our time.
Right.
It's good that we've been able to uncover these leads, get the location, get the persons involved. I believe you me, Steve, in the coming days, there'll be important twists to this. So let's not put the horse before the cart. But I'm saying and suggesting that now that she's awake and she's conscious, we can also assess her mental state and put certain other antecedents into context and be able to arrive at a situation or a conclusion with regard to her mental functioning.
Right, Notejua, we're grateful for your time on today's big story. Thanks very much. Let's now go to Takoradi, where our Western Regional correspondent Kweku Owusu-Pepra is standing by with an update. Kweku, good evening.
Good evening.
So, what's the latest on the medical examinations that were conducted on the lady?
Okay, so the medical doctor, Dr. Boatindia, would not state really the content or the findings of the samples that he took from the broadcaster. What it says is that all those samples have been done and the diagnostics will be made clear and the laboratory work will all affirm the findings tomorrow when the police hospital in Accra receives these samples to make their own analysis out of.
I see. So we also had wind of the fact that the case has been transferred from the Western region to Accra, and that in fact the Bureau of National Investigation is handling this. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, indeed, that is true. The woman has been taken to Accra in the company of I think 4 people who appeared at the hospital today, claiming to be the parents of the broadcaster. The mother, the father, and some brothers came around, and they have revealed that she is a Ghanaian, no longer a Nigerian as we were made to believe. She has a Ghanaian name, Ada, whatever is.
Onyenyechi is just an alliance.
As we've been made to believe by her. And that her name actually is Nana Akosua Appiah Entry.
I see.
And so that is the latest. And these men and these brothers, the father and the mother, are with the police. They accompanied them to Accra. I'm not sure whether they will travel all through to Accra to stay throughout the case, or they will just go to Akemoda where they are said to have come from.
Right, Kweku Owusu-Pepra, we're grateful. We'll be going back and forth to you subsequently on the news at 8 Prime. News Prime, Joy News Prime as well, if you have any more details, so you will share with us. Thank you very much, Kweku Owusu-Pepra. So it has come to light now that Ada Oda Onyenyechi is actually not called Ada at all, that she's called Nana Akosua Appiah Entry, fully Ghanaian from Ewisa in the Eastern region. Interesting. So, Curtis, you were supposed to tie in some more loose ends. You went to get some interview which you didn't get. What was it?
Yeah, we wanted to speak to one lady. The lady seemed to have, seems to know the background a lot about the girl, but she was a bit reluctant to give out that information. Apparently, she had gone with one of the suspects' mother to the central police station, and when they were going to make to give their statement as well and everything. It looks like all the boys, the 5 boys implicated in this. It
was like a fun thing, right?
It's like all of them live in the neighborhood.
But can you imagine,
from one house to
can you imagine the trauma I have gone through seeing these nude pictures?
When we went there, when we entered the neighborhood, everybody was like, "Hey, they are in, the media are in," because it's like from the next house to the next house to the next house. Everybody,
so the
media boys,
the media presence is a happy one for them.
It was a happy one.
They're not willing to hide things anymore.
Yeah, they're not willing to hide things anymore, and they really want to come out. But I don't know. At a point in time, they wanted to speak. At a point in time, I didn't know what information went out. I believe some of them had gone to the police. You know, most of them had just come when we went there. Most of them had just arrived from the police station with their statement, and you know they were not feeling too good. Especially with the hotel man, he was a bit shaky. He was a bit jittery, and he had initially agreed to speak to us, but later when he came back, he said, "I'm just going to write my statement." No.
But what exactly is the story about that hotel?
Okay, the hotel, you wouldn't even think it's a hotel in the first place. It looks like more like a restaurant. Right.
I see.
So you just, because downstairs
they have rooms.
Yeah, they sell coffins and stuff there. So you just have to climb upstairs and so you think it's a restaurant, but you just, I think about 5-6 rooms or so. Yeah, so when you're having your drinks and everything, and you just want to pass the night away, you just go there and everything. So it's I wouldn't say the kind of hotel that we know.
So the thing is, the story we have is that the lady in the company of these boys, 5 boys,
area boys, they know each other.
Area boys, they went there to get a room.
They actually, with their hotel manager, they went there and under the pretext that they come to act a movie. And when we were climbing the stairs to go upstairs to the, I heard people downstairs say, "Ade mukocha film ana,
mukocha sene ana."
You get me? Hey, mukocha sene ana. Like they said that, and I didn't understand. But apparently that's what they went there to tell the hotel. Look, we are here to shoot a movie. So, and they told the receptionist, and the receptionist apparently have not had this request before. So calls the hotel manager and questions them, what kind of movie, what can you do? Then say, and they paid. And they gave them one of the.
So it means that what this is telling us is that all the photos that were released actually were shot in Accra.
Yes,
not in Takoradi or wherever it's alleged to have taken place. And she actually didn't walk from anywhere to anywhere.
No. And we requested to see the room. The hotel manager at a point in time agreed. And we're just going along the line. No. Changed mind. I tried all what we could do, everything under my sleeve to convince the man to
very interesting developments we have there. And I must tell you that earlier in the day today, we spoke to a gentleman who claims to be the boyfriend of Ada Oda Onyinyechi, whose name now we're being told is Nana Equia Apia Entry. We will be trying to scoop out that interview we had with the young man, and we'll play it and then we will end with that. But Curtis, what this is leading us to now is that I know that as journalists we will be hesitant to conclude quickly that this is staged, but the evidence all points to and some kind of
the boys were cocksure. The boys were, in fact, they were so angry to the extent they said that no, this is staged, this is false. They will not sit down and watch their colleagues. They're area boys. They all go out, they hang out, they go to the beach together, they do every stuff together, and realize that and watch 5 of their friends go to prison or be accused of something they didn't do or had no knowledge about. They said they wouldn't watch that. So if you listen to Yao Chewa's, he was so hyper, but apparently, during the interview,
I mean, he said a lot of things.
He said a whole lot of things.
He said that we had information that she uploaded the pictures at a nearby internet cafe and also came to a hotel around here where the incident, what can you say about that? So this incident took place there, and this Yao Chewa seemed to know a lot.
He seems to know a lot, and the internet cafe is from where the community is, where the hotel is. You just have to drive. It's just about 3 minutes drive, and you are there. So it's not too far from where the hotel is, and it looks like it's one of the high speed or very popular internet cafes around. And just when the
right. So Curtis, we're grateful that you could join us, but here's where we draw the curtains. We were trying to earlier get you the interview we had with the young man who claims to be the boyfriend of Ada. Let's hear.
The abductors took it.
It was yesterday around.
I've come to Tanokrom, a small house where Raman Nunu and his friend live. And this particular man I'm about to speak to is the person who took the girl who is now the subject matter of the rape and alleged kidnapping to the hospital. When did you hear that the broadcaster had come from wherever the abductors took it?
It was yesterday around 1 a.m. that my mom called me that the girl has come to the house in a state that in a way she's mad or something like that. So I rushed there, then took her to the police station, and later rushed her to the hospital.
Okay. When you went and met her, your mother reported that she wasn't looking so sound.
Yes.
What was your assessment of her? Was she okay?
Okay. Her hair was kind of cut off, and she was dirty. And
Right, actually this is a gentleman who received Ada, who we're told that Ada came to her, and then he handed her over to hospital authorities for a treatment. That's not the young man who claims to be the boyfriend. That's why we draw the curtain. So what we have picked up, evidence suggests that this whole gang rape thing could have been staged. The police has told us that they will be holding a press briefing tomorrow to help us answer all the questions that are being asked now. My name is Stephen Anti, and thanks for staying with us on today's big story. Up next is Joy News Interactive.